This video is going to be a long one, so if you just look in the description right now, you will see I have provided chapters if you want to skip ahead to certain parts that interest you, such as all the collection continuations, or maybe only care about certain chapters, such as weapons and tools. You get the idea. And so there, good day, Ruskin enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright, because it's time for the Rust Workshop Skin Checks. Let's jump straight in, let's start discussing all the newer skins for April 23, 2024. So, we've got 97 skins here, lots of interesting potential skins that might potentially be accepted in future Rust stores, but of course, I'm sure many of you are aware, we're mainly focusing, trying to identify all the collection continuations. And I don't think we have that many this week. You'll be quite surprised by that. But at the very least, look in the description to be able to see this new collection. As you can see right there, it will be in the description. You can even listen to me as we slowly go through all the skins one by one, or you can look at it, at your own time. The choice is up to you. And of course, we'll be using the likes of SCMM.app to help us out, give us a good visual in regards to whether certain collections are actually looking to be a good potential investment. So, shall we jump in? Starting off with the likes of Deployables, we're starting off with a whole batch of ruck skins. Right, so we do have continuations, but first of all, we have the likes of the Golden Tiles rug. This is produced by Wildcat. Get a good look at this. Do you feel like your base should be a whole lot more fancier, shinier, more interesting? Well, get a good look at this. Maybe this might zazz it up a bit, make it a little bit more valuable. Yes, we have the Golden Tiles rug. If you're a fan of that, please consider voting yes or no. And hey, if you really happen to like a skin, why not show your support? And why not put down a nice little comment? You could sit there and say, oh wow, this is really interesting, or wow, this could turn into a very nice little collection of some sort, offer some nice kind words. Keep those skin creators nice and motivated to keep wanting to put out nice and interesting skins in the future. And hey, maybe you don't like the skin that much. You could offer some nice constructive feedback. Be nice, concise and straight to the point. And hey, if this skin isn't accepted, maybe they might read into your feedback, incorporate that into a version 2, and then they go ahead and produce that, and maybe that gets accepted. You help them out. So you get the idea. Use your words, and maybe it could be very helpful. So with that, best of luck to you, Mr. Wildcat. Let's move on. Alright, so what do we have right here? It's the Hazy, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say Hazy wallpaper rug. Now, hang on a minute. Is this a continuation? Hold on a second. We have this. No, that was made by Sieges. So, just to clarify, yeah, okay, I definitely made sure that this wasn't at the end. So, yeah, this is produced by a separate group. So, nice, cool, straightforward wallpaper-esque design. So, not really utilised as a rug, more like a decoration of some sort. Hey, at the end of the day, if you approve of it, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to MM and CD. Let's move on to the next skin. And what do we have right here? Oh, snow camo rug. So again, yeah, it's not properly like a rug skin, but it's used for camouflage. Not necessarily decoration, but hey, I might be able to hide my base. Not sure how I'm going to be able to get through the door, but I'm just saying. But yeah, like we have had some rugs like this in the past. We quite literally have the camouflage net. Snow rug, don't we? Is it called snow rug or is it called Arctic rug? I think it's called Arctic, so looks like we could potentially get a different version from that, or maybe we probably won't see Face Punch accepting it because we already have the Arctic camouflage net rug. Hey, at the end of the day, if you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. JJ, and let's move on to the next skin. For you see, this next skin is actually a collection continuation. You know our gold chains poncho right over here in the current Rust store? That's the continuation. I was expecting some clothing and armour, and, well, I mean, big chain, sure, alright then. So, I've had quite a discussion about this skin. I've quite literally made a video discussing, is it goofy? Is it golden? I mean, it's quite clearly golden, but you get the idea in terms of like a positive word. And it's a bit 50-50, but at the end of the day, that gold chains poncho is selling very, very well. At the moment, it's currently sitting at just under 24,000 subscribers, the top selling skin of the week, almost double the amount of the second best selling skin. So we'll give it some credit. There's clearly a decent amount of people that do like the skin. But would you sit here and say a rug skin's going to magically cause the likes of that poncho to go up in value? As I said, primitive clothing and armour probably would have been a better shout. Now, do you think that's going to have a good chance of potentially being accepted? Hey, last week I looked at that poncho and I thought that's a little bit too goofy. And then it got accepted. So if you think that looks goofy, it doesn't matter. Hey, if it's selling well, Face Punch probably wants to accept that as well. We shall see. But we haven't had a rug skin in quite a while. I believe the last one was the Allegory Fresco, which was a very nice skin, wasn't it? But say chains, Demon, honestly, I do think you were better off doing some clothing and armour. Primitive hide clothing or burlap, consider doing that next. I'm going to sit here and say, I'm still conflicted about this poncho, alright? Now, tomorrow we do have our abnormal builders, so we will be looking at all of these skins and figuring out prices we might want to offer. But I'm not 100% sure with the amount that's sold, it's going to be perfectly fine. Yes, it sold a lot, but will it retain the interest? Will people constantly want to use the likes of that gold chains poncho? Is it deceptive so that from far away people don't realise you're even wearing a poncho and whatnot? There is a lot to discuss and whatnot, and hey, at the end of the day, I'll be honest with you, I don't see a major connection from the likes of a rug skin to a poncho. Hey, it might work, but I feel like there's just nothing really there, to be honest. It's just a big chain, and it does look really weird at like a first glance. It kind of looks very uncanny, doesn't it? That's my personal opinion. Like, I feel like you could have probably had it like the same size and maybe had it like loop around a fair bit and whatnot. There's a lot that could be said. Hey, if you got your own opinion, feel free to comment, you know, whether it's on my YouTube video itself or, you know, the actual comments here. Yeah, Charlie 1, yeah, Charlie 1, yeah. Okay, so looks like they've actually confirmed that they do intend to, you know, continue it with some clothing and armour, but I don't think the gold chains poncho is going to be going up in price if we see the likes of that being accepted. So, again, it's treated like a decorative piece rather than an actual rug. Our face punch going to be lenient enough for that? Well, we'll see. So at the end of the day, if you're a fan of it, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Say Chains and Demon. Let's move on to the next rug, because we do in fact have another collection continuation. We have the Tomb of the Octopus rug right here in front of us. Now we've got a little gif right here showcasing how you can turn your whole base into a very sinister looking labyrinth. Oh, get a good look at that. So, over to here, as you can see, it's got a very nice cool looking design to it, matching up with the likes of the sheet metal door and of course the garage door that we've had accepted already. So, could this potentially brew up into a nice, interesting, deployable collection? Well, certainly yes, by default we can sit there and say that, but I also have to point out that over the past, like, let's say 3 batches of Rust Workshop skin checks, you know, 3 batches of Rust Workshop skin submissions, we've seen a lot, and I'm not stressing, I have to really get the point across, we have seen a lot of deployable collections vying for a spot, and they've been putting out some very interesting continuations, haven't they? So I can't really sit here and say I'm feeling super sure we're definitely going to see this collection work out all right, because with the current roster that we saw here, we saw a lot of deployable collections that didn't get an instant continuation. And with the next roster, in 2 days' time, I'm not sure what to expect. But we did see the likes of, you know, the base boxes, Tomb of the Octopus, and then we got a brand new one potentially on the horizon with this. But yeah, looking at both of these Tomb of the Octopus skins that we currently have, garage door's doing perfectly fine. Sheet metal door, well, I don't feel 100% confident with that sheet metal door. We literally just had 2 very interesting looking sheet metal door skins come out very recently. How are they holding up? Blocky and Blocky's down by 6%, Shadowborn's down by 16%. Both of them have a collection of 3 deployable skins. This right here, only 2. Alright? So, you know, that had a continuation, and then it went down. Same to that. So, I mean, again, that's abnormal. We'll be discussing that again tomorrow. But at the very least, it's nice to see the collection is continuing. Mr. Himmick, you've got a very cool looking set potentially on the horizon. And hey, if you think that rug skin looks perfectly fine on the likes of your walls, making it look ever so sinister, quite dark and graphic on the interior. I mean, quite literally, the image hasn't shown, so it's just black at the moment. What's going on? Oh, don't tell me we have maintenance right now. Okay, to show you the GIF again. Why isn't it working? Show! Become alive! What's going on? Refresh. Is it broken? No? Okay. What about if we go over to here again? And you can see the glow in the dark, right? There you go. Perfect. So that's nice. That's cool. And if you like it, please consider voting yes or no. And best of luck to you, Mr. Himmick. But overall, by default, as the, you know, for the potential investments and whatnot, sheet metal door I'm not super confident with, based on recent behaviour. But, you know, we can still, you know, do our abnormal barters tomorrow for that sheet metal door tomorrow. But the garage door, maybe, you know. Garage door seems to be okay at the moment. So it's something for you to question, but don't be surprised if we see a lot more garage doors potentially in the near future. So it's very questionable. I will leave that for tomorrow to discuss further. So we'll leave it at that. Let's move on. We got some weird looking furnaces. And then we've got some strange-looking storages. That doesn't even have a name. What's going on there? Right, okay, let's just try our best and get through it all. Okay, let's jump in. What do we have next? We have the mushroom furnace. Get a good look at this. It's got a big white body. It's got a goofy little red cap top. Yes, very nice. Not too crazy in terms of its design. Perfectly fine. And who's it made by? Mr. Chillag. Well, sir, that's a perfectly fine-looking mushroom furnace right there. And if you happen to be a fan of it, gentlemen, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Chillag. Let's see if we can get some mushrooms in our base. And what do we... yeah, there's that phobia of holes. And so this guy's like, hey, I'm going to go cover it in holes. Yay! Yeah, why? Okay, well, anyway, there's that. If you're feeling very unnerved right now at the sight of this, well, it's clearly working, so why don't we just show it at night time? And that doesn't seem to help so much. Yes, so this is the trypophobia furnace. If you have the fear of this, you probably started screaming. I'm very sorry about that. Damn it, yeah, why did you do this? But anyway, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, yeah, and, what? Oh, what? Oh, he's angry now. We've got a monkey furnace. So, yeah, do you like monkeys? Do you like monkeys holding bananas? Do you want your furnace to be a monkey? Well, we might have the solution for you with the monkey furnace version 2. I lost my tongue there. Sorry. It's just silly. So, Monty, Beres and Damden, a bit of a goofy idea here. Let's see if it works out well. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. Alright, I believe this is the only small box skin of the week. It is the Matchbox. Pretty nifty idea, very straightforward in terms of its design, but in terms of straightforward creativity, I'll give it to you, Mr. McQuarrie. That's actually a pretty clever little idea right there. So if you're a fan of this, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no, and remember, don't play with matches. It's very naughty. Alright, best of luck to you, sir. Okay, so Mr. Jessin, if I recall last week, you did produce the likes of a lava box gun storage. This week you have stone. I'm going to be brutally honest with you, sir. I don't see like an overarching theme for this, other than it's just a different colour and a slightly different image, I guess, with a different name. I feel like it does need more. I do have a video talking about this, but hey, best of luck to you. If you like what you see, people, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Jessin. Next up, what do we have here? It's the Game Over large box produced by Scropin. Get a good look at that. Oh, it's like a TV set of some sort. Or a, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like a TV. I guess we'll roll with that. But yeah, what did you do wrong? I don't know. But hang on a minute. Does this come in 2 versions? Oh yeah, because like 2 weeks ago, we have the hacker one. And wait, is it the same week? No, it is the same week. It is the same week. Okay, I see. All right, sorry. I got a little bit mad. So you have 2 versions, one that says hacker and one that says game over. Not sure what the... I guess it's supposed to be a TV or some sort of computer monitor. If you like what you see here, at the very least, please consider voting yes or no. Whether you like the Game Over one or the hacker, please consider voting yes or no, as I said, and best of luck to you, Mr. Scropin. I lost my head there. I got hacked. All right, moving on. So, what do we have here? It's the Hades Gears. Get a good look at this. This is the blue version, and if I recall, this was actually something that's trying to become a collection. So I'd just quickly go check Shaft's workshop. Did we have a sheet metal door? Yeah, it was a sheet metal door. So the previous week, we had that sheet metal door, and, well, get a good look at that. Looking pretty interesting, looking pretty cool. A glow-in-the-dark large box skin. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no for whichever version you like most. And best of luck to Mr. Shaft, Nui, and Henon. Let's see if this could potentially turn into a brand new collection that will then be vying for a spot in the Rust store, along with all the other Deployable collections. Yay! Right. And what do we have for last? This is a collection continuation. It's the clan-based collection, back again with the likes of a large box this time. So, as we can see right here, we've got a nice glow-in-the-dark large box showcasing all the various different individuals working inside their base, whether they're just, you know, hitting each other with a pickaxe, I guess, tending to the furnaces, standing at the workbench, you know, building all those nice and useful bits and pieces that you need. So yeah, you got a pretty cool looking design here, following from the likes of that garage door that was accepted about 6 or so weeks ago. And if you like what you see, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kazaru, but we do need to discuss that garage door. When did it come out? Wasn't it the 14th of March? And I was correct, yes. Now, currently it's sitting here down 37%. It's sold for a fairly high price of $2.99. There's only 42 of them on the Steam market, and it's currently sitting at $1.90. So there's a fairly decent amount. There's a fairly decent amount of these listings below $3. Not the best of looking things. However, you know, we haven't seen a continuation appear yet, have we? And well, if we were to see a collection continuation, do you reckon all of that will get bought out? Do you reckon that'll easily rise up in price? Because I'm not seeing any big fat quantities, but is there going to be enough interest for everybody to want to jump in and buy it out? It's debatable, yeah. But by default, I would sit here and say, yeah, a new deployable skin being accepted. Yeah, you would see the likes of the previous deployable skins being accepted. Boosting in demand and boosting in price. This brain. Whew. But, like I said, we have a lot of deployable collections clamouring for a spot at the moment, and I don't think everyone, you know, the consumers, the people who pay for these skins, are going to be clamouring for every single collection. There's already a lot of investment in the likes of Blocky, in the likes of Shadowborn, and of course, you know, even older collections. I mean, by default, yes, I would expect at least 10 sales. I mean, with the current roster that we have, so if I go back over to here, I did see I did see a buyout on the likes of the stone base box. I did see a buyout in terms of the garage door here. I did see a buyout in terms of the Crabbo boonie hat. So yeah, for everything, by default, yes, you should assume something like that garage door would spike in demand. So if you're feeling confident in that, by all means, go buy a few garage doors in anticipation. But just know, and I'll repeat it once more, there are a ton of deployable collections hoping for a potential acceptance with the upcoming Rust door. So we shall see what potentially happens next. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kazaru. Let's move on and start talking about the likes of doors, starting with a wooden door and then tons of sheet metal doors. And away we potentially go. And then we have garage doors. Cool. I think I've already started on a garage door. All right, we'll grab another one then. Right, so first of all, we have the only wooden door of the week produced by Mr. Xenia Paris. This is a very strange, scary-looking wooden door with a demonic clown of some sort. And then you got this very graphic-looking piece of artwork here. He's got a knife. Oh no! Run away, Tier 2 man! Run away! Your coffee can isn't strong enough. But yeah, pretty goofy, scary-looking idea for a wooden door. And if you're a fan of that, by all means, please consider voting yes or no for this glow-in-the-dark, welcome to the Freak Show wooden door. Best of luck to you, Mr. Xenia Paris. Next up, what do we have right here? It's the Soul Reaper sheet metal door. This is produced by Falco and Mr. Alloy. We have a little GIF here showcasing the glow-in-the-dark. Very nice, very cool. Now, guys, I said this before and I'll say it again. This just looks exactly like your, what was it? Your Cyberjack? What was it called? I can't remember what it's called. I'm so sorry. What was it called? Punkjack. Yeah, Punkjack collection, yeah. Why not just commit to your Punkjack collection? Why are you trying to build up another collection that's glow-in-the-dark in this colour style of lighting and whatnot when you already have Punkjack? Just commit to it. I don't want to sound mean, but it's like you're trying to do the same thing again with, just a different image rather than committing to what you already have. You only had 2 skins accepted in that collection. It's up to you what you do, but I just feel like it probably makes more sense to commit to what you already have, especially when the overall style is still similar, if you know what I mean. So that's up to you to figure out. It's up to you to consider. But at the very least, gentlemen, to all the people watching this, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too, and we'll see what potentially is produced next. Right, we have 2 versions of this. This is the Falling Blade sheet metal door. This is the blue version. This is the orange version. This is produced by the likes of Golden Dreamer and Kobo. Wait 1 second, did I not delete that? Okay, sorry, I was a little bit confused there. Right, so get a good look at this. Not too crazy in terms of its design, but the artwork was very interesting. All these swords falling, descending to the ground, covered by an interesting colourful mist, whether you like the blue or the orange version. Are you a fan of this? Do you like what you see? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two, and you can see how they slowly started to build up the design here. Oh yeah, looking pretty cool, So, yep, consider showing your support. Right, next up, what do we have right here? It's the Koi sheet metal door. This right here is produced by Slavny. Get a good look at that. Get all the fishies right there with the little lily pads in the water. Very nice, pretty, very pretty. Does it glow in the dark? It does not appear to glow in the dark, so if you like what you see, if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Sklavny. Oh, you can see how he slowly designed it all. Cute. Right, what do we have over here? This is the Whirlpool sheet metal door, produced by Dumch. Is that a reference? So, can you go look at this? Yeah. Oh no, okay, it wasn't a reference, it's quite literally from the image. I like the depth to it, that does look pretty cool, but what's going on with all these rubber duckies? No! So, yeah, I'm remembering that Rugrats episode where one of the babies was scared of the drain because they thought they'd get sucked in. You must remember that. Anyway, glows in the dark, pretty goofy idea. If you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Dumch. Right, what do we have going on right here? It's the Neon Hazmat sheet metal door. This is produced by Mr. Alex Valera Work. Get a good look at that. Pretty straightforward design, nothing wrong with that. I like how you can see the wires connecting all to the lightings and whatnot, so props to that. Pretty interesting. So if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Alex Valera Work. Pretty nice, interesting design. What do we have right here? Riveted sheet metal door, produced by Sky Noise and UEG. MK? I don't know how to pronounce that. My apologies. Sorry about that. But here we are. This is a riveted sheet metal door. As you can see, it's nicely welded. I like the DIY aspect to it and whatnot. And if you do too, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted. Oh, looks like we've now moved on to the likes of garage doors. Here we are, sitting here, looking at the likes of this Moonguard garage door, produced by the likes of Mr. Papacarl and Universe Kid. That is a cool-looking owl. That is a cool-looking owl, nice and glow-in-the-dark. I did say earlier, don't be surprised if we potentially see some cool-looking garage doors being accepted anytime soon, and, well, what do you reckon? Are you a fan of it? Do you like what you see? Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. Let's see how this potentially turns out. Next up, what do we have here? Oh, I saw this yesterday. I was talking to my chat. You might only know about it if you're in the UK. It looks like a flump, doesn't it? It looks like a flump marshmallow. It's like these multicoloured marshmallows that we get in this country. It kind of does, because they're all like wrapped around like that. It's funny, but hey, at the end of the day, do you like the colour scheme? Are you a fan of this garage door? It doesn't appear to glow in the dark. So, yeah, if you like it, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Michael. Let's see what potentially happens next. Right, what do we have here? Fluffy Raiders. Oh no, it's Attack of the Cats. It's Attack of the Cats. I knew it. They were scheming. They were always scheming. Right, so, are you a fan of kitties? Do you like what you see? It's a very goofy looking style, but hey, I'm pretty sure a lot of you would greatly appreciate such a thing. I personally would look at this and say it kind of looks like a Twitch drop, where it's just a little bit too goofy. But at the end of the day, we just had Gold Chain's Poncho being accepted, so I think anything's potentially available. So if you like what you see, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Firefly and Anetta, and let's see what happens potentially with these little devilish-looking kitty cats. Right, what do we have over here? Oh, it's another goofy one. Select your grub. Okay, Rust is now a fighting game. Well, at the very least, pretty cool. I would have liked some more images kind of showcasing this at an angle and whatnot, Kaiden. Take that into consideration in the future. It's very nice to see it like in, at night time and during the day, but kind of show it at an angle as well, Don't just have it flat, straightforward. You get what I mean. So, kind of show that off a little bit more in the future when you do garage doors. At the end of the day, gentlemen, which one are you going to pick? And, well, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to Mr. Kaiden, and let's move on to the next batch of garage doors, which I didn't have prepared, because I'm an idiot. You should know it by now. Right, so we've got garage doors, then we have armoured doors, and then we have double sheet metal doors, and then double armoured doors. And then that'll be it for the likes of the deployable skins. So, we only have one image to take a look at. It's the hydraulic press garage door. Very straightforward, cool looking design with a glow in the dark. If this appeals to you, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Red Rex. Let's move on. Alright, so what do we have right here? It's Humpty's Mossy Skull Garage Door, which glows in the dark. Very nice. Got a little bit of fungus all around on the side. Very cool looking skull right there. And of course at night time, glows ever so nicely. Oh yes, get a good look at that. So, if you like what you see, if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Humpty. Let's potentially see what happens to likes of this in the future. What do we have next? It's the Dragon Skin Garage Door, produced by Zinc. Get a good look at this. Right, so I believe this glows in the dark. Very nice looking skin right there. Where did you acquire such skin? But yeah, it does appear to glow in the dark. Stands out quite nicely. Interesting looking design. I'll give you some props there. That's a very interesting creative design that you've put out there. So if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Zink. And let's move on to the next skin. And, oh no, not the school bus. So listen. You can't raid a school bus. There's children inside. You can't raid a base with a school bus door. It's a garage door, just to clarify. So yeah, cool looking, straightforward, not too crazy style of a design. Good thing that you don't show off the scared looking kids inside. That would be a little bit off-putting, wouldn't it? But glows in the dark, very cool looking design right here. And if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Mr. Kua, why are you trying to scare the children? They just wanted to get home nice and safely. Right, moving on. What do we have here? Oh, we're moving on to armored doors. Right, Hessian with his Steel Wolf armored door. Get a good look at this. Very cool. Nice, cyber-futuristic design right there. And we also have the glow-in-the-dark version. Oh, wow, look at that. Stands out very nicely with all the nice green and purple. I wonder what that's referencing. Anyway, moving on. If you like what you see here, if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Hessian. And what do we have right here in front of us? Gentlemen, of course, you knew it was going to appear. You knew it was going to appear. It's the Shadowborn skin of the week. Get a good look at this. So on the front, you have the cool-looking raider right there on a hill, overlooking all these dead bodies. And then over here, you can see him aiming down the sight, looking for his next victim. Cool-looking artwork, and as you'd know, with all of these Shadowborn skins, every single skin has its own special artwork. So, of course, with this week, we did not see the likes of a Shadowborn skin being accepted. Quite awkward, but considering that we had 3 Shadowborn skins accepted in a row over the past 3 weeks for the past 3 Rustors, kind of not too surprised by that. And hey, Mr. Vase and of course Mr. I've completely forgot the other one, sorry. Mr. Cubist, I'm so sorry. I keep speaking to Vase all the time, I'm so sorry. But quite literally, he comes to my streams, he says hello. Yeah, I mean, another lovely quality piece of work right here. People have been liking it. People like the collection, and with the potential of maybe a complete the sets just around the corner, perfect timing to keep supporting this, because you never know, if we don't see this in a Rust store anytime soon, maybe it appears potentially next month for complete the sets May, if we're going to have that. So let's go ahead and start talking about the likes of the Shadowborn collection, because we did see a little bit earlier, Shadowborn Sheep with a Door isn't doing super great. What about the other skins? So the large box is still doing okay. The Sheep with a Door down by 25%, but if we actually were to go ahead and take a look at it, how many listings are below its $2.99 price? And it's quite a fair bit. Quite a fair bit. You're looking at least maybe about 10, 12 listings there. Awkward, but what happens if we immediately saw a brand new continuation appear? Maybe that might work out quite alright. Potentially, maybe, possibly. But the garage door's still doing good, you know. Had 2 acceptances after it, which obviously gave it a nice boost twice. And it's just comfortably sitting there. Highest bildras above its Rustore price, lowest listings above its Rustore price by at least $1. Seems to be perfectly comfortable. No like big fat quantity wars and whatnot. That seems to be perfectly fine for where it is. So the question is, if we were to see the likes of the Armored Door being accepted, would the likes of these spike in demand and spike in price? Well, we haven't seen them really spike crazily. Only the garage door did that when we saw the likes of the Sheepman door being accepted. And then afterwards, it just kind of calmed down at around $4 and has never really moved that much. So, I mean, all of them don't have a ton of listings. All of them have less than 100 quantity, to be precise. As you would know, most Rust skins on the Steam market have around, on average, 100 quantity. So it's pretty open. It's very easily potentially vulnerable to be bought out and magically rise up in price to a much higher price at some point in the future. So my answer to you is, don't be surprised if you do see an initial buyout, but don't assume it's going to last forever, because when people see the price has risen up to a very nice high point, a lot more people start selling theirs, listing theirs. You get the idea. So it's interesting. But honestly, if you put down a decent builder when these skins are abnormal, you've probably picked up a bunch of these already. I have, but I bought them for cheaper than their Rustore price. So we'll see what potentially happens next. At the end of the day, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too, and I look forward to potentially seeing what's happening next. But I do think they're going to be taking a break from this now. As you should be aware, whilst we have this brand new submission of the likes of the Armored Door, last week we saw the Locker, and a good few weeks back we have the Sheepman Double Door. They probably want to sit on that for a while and then come back to it potentially with brand new fresh ideas. Maybe it might move on from being just the likes of a Deplorable collection collection. What else could it be? We shall see. So, keep an eye out for this, and let's move on to the next skin. What do we have right here? It's the Sheet Metal Double Doors. Mr. Wagan and Mr. Gunya have produced an El Dorado Sheet Metal Double Door. Looking pretty cool right there. That's a nice, cool looking design. Is it supposed to be golden? I think it's supposed to be gold. Well, if you like what you see, at the end of the day, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two. Let's see how that potentially turns out in the near future. And what do we have right here? It's Sepesh's Armour Double Door. Yes, this is the Bradley Armour Double Door. Get a good look at this. Very cool looking, rugged, welded design. Yes, how many Bradleys did I have to destroy to get enough to be able to make these doors? Don't question me. I've gone mad. Right, but at the end of the day, cool looking design, glows in the dark, in a very specific spot, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people would appreciate. So, if you like that, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Sepesh. Let's move on to the next skin. Right, what do we have here? Produced by Jürgen Guster, Nail Stone Sleep, Raz Tenbe. I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. And Ghost Stav, we have the likes of the version 2 of the Brutalized Double Armored Door. It has glow-in-the-dark and transparency. Kind of reminds me of a certain skin that I might have seen in the past. I can't put my finger on it. What's this reminding me of? It'll come to me soon, I'm pretty sure. But at the end of the day, if you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you for, and yeah, let's see what potentially happens next. Now, if only I could remember what that's... Oh, it's that, yeah. Brutalist. It's the Brutalist collection. Reminded me of the Brutalist collection that's already had free acceptances. We've got the likes of the Garage Door, the Sheet Metal Door, and the Armoured Door. Brutalist Armoured Double Door. I believe this is actually a version 2. I can't remember too far back, but if you can recall, with the likes of this collection, we have transparency on the hatches, transparency in the door itself, and glow in the dark. Produced by the one and only Mr. Duck. You may know him for being the man behind the likes of the Neon Storage collection. Well, if we quickly go over to here and type in Brutalist, I'm not joking, we've had 3 skins already. Now, it's been quite a break since the likes of those skins, and very weirdly, these pay-to-win doors are in the negative. I've discussed this quite recently with my chat on Twitch, and I am confused by it. I am very confused by it. It's not like they sold insane amounts, like 30,000. It's not. That's not necessarily a number where I'd think it's going to be doomed. 20,000. It's not that crazy. And then you got the likes of 15,000. Now, when it comes to the likes of Armoured Door, okay, I can understand that. I'm pretty sure not everybody is going to be able to reach the likes of an Armoured Door and skin it and whatnot. Cool. But a Sheet Metal Door and a Garage Door with this amount of transparency and glow in the dark. But you know what could help it out? Another skin, yes. Now, it's not like Mr. Duck hasn't tried. So, you know, we had the large box not too long ago. And, of course, we did have the likes of the Double Armoured Door previously. The Sheet Metal Double Door attempts didn't happen, unfortunately. Hey, at the end of the day, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no for the likes of this Double Armoured Door. But I will sit here and say, I feel like a lot of us probably are already invested into the likes of this. Also, they're not, like, cheap. $4... $3, $2, yeah, I mean, if you go look at their listings as well, I don't think they're like crazily built up with tons of quantity. We shall see in a second, but get a good look at that. And 121, that's perfectly reasonable. It's around the average amount of quantity you'd normally see. And it's still very thin. But, like, you know, if only 20 sales happen, it's only going to go up to about $4.30. You know, if we were to see a continuation and a buy happen, so... It's for you to question. I already own a whole bunch of these, so I don't need to buy any more personally. But yeah, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Duck. And hey, maybe we could see a few more. What about a Brutalist wooden door? Yeah, try Brutalist walls with a rug skin. We already have the skin, though, for the stone. Shut up, Hedge. All right, moving on. So, what do we have next? Oh, no, it's done. That was the final deployable skin of the week. Oops, brain. So, gentlemen, out of all these skins that we discussed, which one is your favourite? Which one do you reckon has a genuine good chance of potentially being accepted in a future Rust store? Feel free to write that comment now, because I'm going to go ahead and take a real quick break, and then after that, we're going to go ahead and start talking about the likes of all of these weapons and tools. Whew. Yeah, for today I thought, let's just jump in and just start talking about the skins. I talk about setting up a followed authors list every other video and talk about TGG's list every other video. I'm like, I should just jump in and attack, you know, just start yelling about all these different skins and pixels and cosmetics. But yeah, I mean, seeing a lot of doors this week. And just you wait for when we get to the clothing and armour. Just you wait. You're going to be laughing at the amount of hoodie and pants we have. Right then, gentlemen, shall we proceed and start talking about the likes of all of these weapons and tools? First up, we have the likes of some interesting looking rock skins, and then a grenade, and then a hammer, and then a combat knife, and then a bone club. Yes, we've got a variety of interesting looking skins to start off with. First up, we have the island rock. I mean, you got the mountain, and then you got the grass, and then you got the sand, and then you got the water, and then you got the inner core of the earth. Cool! Very nice and straightforward. I now know what the planet is made of. So, Kira and Stranger Sailor, very nice straightforward looking design. Gentlemen, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two. Let's move on to the next skin. And what do we have here? A coconut rock. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be questioning this. Yes, you do get green coconuts. You do get green coconuts. I know the standard coconut is normally brown. It's kind of a little bit kind of like hairy, but there are green coconuts. Just go Google it. You'll see it for yourself. So yeah, green coconut rock. Get a good look at that. I don't know if you whack it hard enough, you get some like milk inside it. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. At the end of the day, if you like either the original version or the rotten version, which is a little bit brown, I don't think you'd want to get the milk inside of that one, no. At the end of the day, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Confusion. Very nice, cool-looking coconut skin. Let's see what potentially happens next. What do we have right here? It is a grenade, an F1 grenade, produced by Mr. Spinoza. We haven't had a grenade skin in about 6 years, and I'm not joking. If I could just quickly showcase that to you. If I type in F1... Are we going to get it? Yep, there we go. And what do I see? Right, yeah, I'm not joking. We haven't had one in 7 years. I say, let's go 6.5. Yeah, so started off with the likes of the voodoo grenade, and then we had these ever free, and, well, there you go. So, I'm going to sit here and just point out to you, many people have tried, especially holiday-themed ones and whatnot. None of them have ever been accepted. Facepunch just doesn't seem to want to have grenade skins anymore. Maybe because once you skin it, it disappears afterwards. Okay, understood. I get it. I understand it. Much like satchel chargers, we've discussed that many times in the past. But at the end of the day, would you like to see another grenade skin getting into the game? Well, consider showing your support. Consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Spinoza. Let's see what potentially happens next. And what do we have right here? It's a continuation of the UAP Pilot collection. It's a second attempt at the UAP Pilot Hammer. We've got a lovely bit of DreamWorks face right here. Look at that little smirk. So, let's go remind ourselves of UAP. Unidentified Aerial... I don't know what the P stands for. I completely forgot. So, yeah. I was looking at this collection a lot back in the day. Back in the day meaning about, what, like half a year ago or so? And these skins didn't really sell that much. They had hardly any quantity on the Steam market. And I was sitting here really trying to figure out, do you reckon with a constant amount of continuations appearing and being accepted and whatnot, will this collection end up flourishing? Well, we didn't get the continuations, did we? And it stopped for a while. And look at it now. Now, the sleeper bag, alright, fair enough. That's cool. That's working out alright. But the other skins, yeah, a little bit awkward. So if we were to see a hammer skin being accepted, do you reckon all of this is going to dramatically rise up in price, rise up in demand and whatnot? I don't really think so, no. I'm being brutally honest. Now, at the end of the day, a glow-in-the-dark hammer? I couldn't say no to that. We have had one hammer skin being accepted so far this year. It was the Easter Chick hammer. That didn't glow in the dark. So maybe at least one glow in the dark hammer would be pretty nice, pretty interesting, pretty cool to have. What do you reckon? Well, at the end of the day, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Little Ranger and Groomer Katarina. But just to clarify, I don't really think a hammer skin's going to cause all of these to spike in one, spike in price. It might get fresh eyes on it, though. You know, people would be like, oh, wow, UAP collection. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, cool. All right. Maybe I might go buy the sheep in the door or the sleeping bag, whatnot. Maybe that might happen, but I don't think it's going to dramatically rise up in price, so I'll leave it personally. So, best of luck to you two. Moving on to the next skin. What do we have right here? It's an Elite Golden Combat Knife. Right. I've questioned this many times in the past. What was the last combat skin to be accepted to Rust? More specifically, a marketable one. Feel free to start questioning it in your head right now, because the answer is... Oh, I'm going to sneeze. I kept you on your toes. Right, so... the most recent marketable one to be accepted was back in 2020. A good 3.5 years ago. Yep, there we go. I'm so sorry about sneezing. I don't know how that ended up happening, but it was a very weird, awkward moment, wasn't it? Sorry about that. All right, at the end of the day, Would you like to see another combat knife skin potentially being accepted? Do you like the design of this? Are you a fan? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. VHS. Let's see what potentially happens next. Okay. Oh no, not you. Oh, here we go. It's the return of the Hamster collection. Do you remember the likes of the Hamster Rock? And was that it? Oh no, it was it. Yeah, there was many attempts for Hamster doors and whatnot, and a rug, but it didn't work out. But you know what could happen? Maybe, just maybe, we could have a little Hamster Bone Club right here. Yes, you want to walk around with your little hamster friend and smash them against the likes of other people's heads and whatnot. He's just sitting there with a little peanut, all nice and chunky, chubby. Right, so the only other hamster skin that exists will be the likes of that Hamster Rock. Get a good look at that. And the current price is sitting there at $2.62. Right, have you gone down in price somewhat recently? I swear it used to be comfortably above $3. And oh, hang on a minute. All right then. Looks like we've got two stragglers below a certain point, so if I go down to here real quickly, I get the feeling some people probably sold to the highest buy orders, but there was only so many buy orders left, so once they listed them, they ended up being stuck there as the lowest listing. But yeah, no, this was a very nice, good-looking hamster, good-looking rock skin that did very nicely for the time that it was fairly in demand and whatnot. It obviously went up, it went down a bit, started to go back up a bit, currently still trending upwards it looks like, but yeah, it looks like some people just really wants to get some quick money, sold to the highest buy orders, these two right here, and like, it's weird, if you really needed their money, why not just sell to the highest buy order, like off by a few pennies? Some people really confuse me sometimes. Hey, at the end of the day, if you like what you see in regards to the likes of this Bone Club, do you think the Rock might, potentially spike in demand, spike in prices if this were to be accepted? I do think at least a few sales will happen. But I don't think it's going to dramatically rise up to $5, for example. No, it might just get a few purchases here and there, end up on the front page of the Rust Steam market for a while. But no, I don't imagine it's going to dramatically rise up in price. So, at the end of the day, if you like that Hamster Rock, by all means, go buy one for yourself. But if you like this Bone Club, if you think, yeah, we could do with another Bone Club, my word, look at the size of the one on the left. He's so fat. My God, this one needs to eat a lot more peanuts. So, yeah. Cool idea, goofy, silly. Let's see if that works out all right. Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Keka. Let's see if we can see some more hamsters. Keka, honestly, I'd just do a resubmission for your doors. Very creative idea, but if you want to do more hamster skins, try and do the doors again at some point. We'll see if that potentially works out all right. Right, let's scroll down. What do we have over here? We got some jackhammers, a couple crossbows. Oh, we got an interesting looking set right there. We've got Python. Another Python, got some custom SMGs, an MP5. Actually, I don't think we're too crazy in terms of the weapons this week. You are going to laugh when we get to the point of the clothing and armor. So why don't I just grab all the links right now, and yeah, we'll slowly build all the way up to the thing. I'm a little bit worried about maintenance. I got a little bit scared earlier, so I'm just going to go through all these skins now. Right, what do we have right here? It's the beer machine jackhammer. Yes, inject beer into those rocks. Make them drunk so it's a lot easier to mine them. I think. Yes, no, just go find your friend and, jackhammer some beer into their mouth. They might break a jaw or lose their face in the process, but at the end of the day, they would be very nice and quenched with the delicious taste of that very nice and definitely not mixed in with oil beer. Yes. So, what do we have right here? Skin produced by Mr. Decap, and we haven't had a jackhammer skin except in about half a year, so let's just quickly go remind ourselves of the likes of that. Jackhammers, can I have a look at all the jackhammers? Most recent one was the toy jackhammer back in August 10th 2023. It's been 6 months since we've had a jackhammer skin, so the timing is pretty good for the likes of this beer machine jackhammer. So if you like what you see, if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Decap. Let's move on to next skin, which also just so happens to be a pretty cool looking jackhammer skin produced by the likes of Mr. Kosem. Get a good look at that. A very nice, cool, intricate golden design on the likes of this jackhammer. Do you like what you see? Are you a fan? Well, as I said, we have not had a jackhammer skin in about 6 months. Maybe now we potentially might be seeing the newest jackhammer skin that potentially might be accepted in the near future. All you got to do is consider voting yes or no, showing your support. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kosem. Let's see how this potentially turns out. Next up, what do we have right here? It's the Tarnished Crossbow. Oh no, I'm back on Elden Ring again. Oh dear, oh dear. But yes, it's not too crazy of a design. Fairly grounded. And you know what? A lot of people do appreciate a much more grounded style of approach for certain skins. So if you like what you see, if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Debsky. Let's move on to the next skin. What do we have right here? Denim. Ooh, okay, I guess we'll be a little bit crazy then. Mr. Venn has produced his denim crossbow. Get a good look at that. I mean, how expensive are these going to be? Oh yeah, because he also produced his denim hide clothing. It fits. It works out all right. At the end of the day, if you like what you see here, if you're a fan of that ever so stylish denim right there, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Venn. Let's see how this potentially turns out. Is it Scoofy? All right, moving on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. What's this right here in front of us? Oh, it just so happens to be the Blackout SAP. No worries, so good. So good. So good. Gentlemen, what do we have right there? Oh, yes, it just so happens to be a Blackout skin. And we haven't seen Blackout skins being submitted very frequently, have we? So just to quickly remind all of you, the most recent Blackout skin to be submitted was the Burlap Shirt and Pants version 2. Yeah, that was early 2023. Now, just to quickly point out to you, Blackout Collection just so happens to be one of the most popular collections in the game, both in terms of amount of acceptances, but also all their skins tend to end up in the positive pretty comfortably. When times are good, you will not see a single Blackout skin in the negative. Times aren't at their best at the moment, but from what you can see here, you can clearly see there is a lot of investment towards the likes of this collection, and it just turns out that we have now seen a brand new SAP skin being submitted. But I have to point this out. You will probably not see any of these skins spike in demand and spike in price if we were to see the SAP being accepted. I'm being very nice and straightforward. I would not expect that. Alright? We have far too many skins. We've got all the clothing and armor that we need. I mean, primitive would be nice, but we've got pretty much nearly every single weapon accepted and whatnot. I would like to see some deployables, but don't assume the SAP skin being accepted is going to cause all of this to double in price and whatnot. This right here by itself, however, though, very nice looking design. The lovely, sleek, straightforward blacks. The useful red aim sight. Oh, the useful red aim sight. You know this is going to sell very nicely. It will be beloved and it will still retain its price ever so nicely if it were to be accepted. Now, also, perfect timing, Mr. MDE has been sprinkling in some whiteout skins, a blackout skin here, because of course a lot of us are anticipating potentially seeing the likes of complete the sets potentially next month. So smart timing there, MDE. Let's see if this works out all right. But as I said, people, don't assume any of this is going to spike in demand with a SAP skin. Far too many skins. It's already very popular at the moment already, anyways, so it's already expensive. At the end of the day, if you like what you see here, if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. MDE, and, well, we'll just wait and see, won't we? Moving on, what do we have next? We have the Python Steampunk, produced by Mr. Robstar. I do believe last week we had the likes of a different steampunk skin. Oh, the maintenance has gone through. Now you know why I did all of that. So, yeah, get a good look at this. He's looking like as if he's trying to build up a brand new collection. Very nice style to it. Very cool. Very interesting. So, at the end of the day, people, if you like what you see, if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. A very nice, straightforward, light pale aim sight right there. Should be good for most environments. Best of luck to you, Mr. Robstar. Please consider voting yes or no. Alright, and what we have right here, it is Mr. Eros' continuation for his Imperial collection. We have only one image, but that's all we really need. We've got the Imperial Python. So, Pythons. How many Pythons have we had so far this year? I just want to quickly point this out. I don't think we've had one accepted. No, not you, Pythonana. I've got to check Revolver. Python Revolver. Thank you. Where is the Python Revolver? There it is. And so far this year, in terms of Python skins, we've only had that Chameleon Python, which is only down by 6%, by the way. Looking like it's doing a good job retaining most of its value. All right, Imperial Collection. Let's go take a look at you. I believe we've only had 2 skins accepted so far. The, whoopsie. We've had the likes of the Thompson, and of course we've had the likes of the Pump Shotgun. Pump Shotgun's doing okay at the moment. It literally came out last week. Not everybody who bought it has the ability to currently sell it, so just kind of take that, into consideration. So it's a weapon-only collection. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry. Anyway, so it's a weapon-only collection by default. I will sit here and say I wouldn't expect much of it in terms of if it's going to spike a demand or anything. Thompson's in a very weird position. If you can remember, this had a very weird... Oh, yeah, maintenance happened. This had a very weird build. When it first became marketable, someone jumped in and bought all of the Thompsons out for $8 a piece with a 100 quantity buy order. Tons of people sold to him, and well, the very second that buy order disappeared, that was it, gone, and it's never been around $8 ever since. So congratulations if you're one of those lucky people who bought it literally on the day it came out and then sold it for $8. Worked out perfectly fine for you, I'm sure. But just so happens, the person who did that is also the person who's currently pumping up the Easter Farm door. So if you've seen that door recently, it's the same person. Anyway, over to here. If we were to see the likes of this Python being accepted, I mean, no, I wouldn't really expect much to happen to the likes of these two. That's something that always usually tends to happen to the likes of weapons and tools. Weapons and tools only collections. So now we go back over to here, and I question you. Do you like the design? Are you a fan of it? Well, at the very least, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Eros, and we'll just have to wait and see what potentially happens next. Alright, and we've immediately jumped back into another collection continuation. Prototype 7164 Custom SMG. So, we've had the AK, we've had the SAR, there's been attempts for some other skins somewhat recently, but now we're moving on to the likes of the Custom SMG. So, as I look over to here and type in Prototype 71, it'll find it, there you go, yeah. 2 weapon skins, a weapon-only collection, and that's down by 65%, and that's down by 49%. They sold at higher prices, and now they're going to down to very cheap prices. Unfortunately, by default, I'm going to sit here and say, no, I do not think the custom SMG is going to dramatically cause these two to spike demand, spike in price. They are down bad. I don't think people are super crazy for the collection, it seems. I'm sorry to say, but yeah, that is not holding up very well, and I just would not be surprised in the slightest. If you were to see that being accepted, it'll probably go down to $1, like literally $1. I'm sorry to say it. At the end of the day, if you like design, if you're a fan of it, by all means, please consider showing your support. Please consider, going ahead and voting yes or no. And, well, we'll just see how that potentially turns out. But the collection, it's not something I'd invest into. So best of luck to you, Mr. 1NJ and 34633. Let's see if this turns out all right in the end. But you do have competition. Oh, yes, you do. Mr. Bad Trip and Hulk have appeared and produced another Black Diamond weapon. It's the Black Diamond Custom SMG. Get a good look at that. Very cool. Lovely looking matte black design. Very nice. Sleek. Interesting. Aimed down the sight. Why do you still not have aimed down the sight images, Mr. Bad Trip? You always make me sad inside. Well, I can sit here and say at the very least it doesn't look like we have a red aim sight. Bit awkward. I would have liked to have seen that. So the AK doesn't have a red aim sight. The LR300 does have a red aim sight. This doesn't. Alright, so let's just quickly go talk about that. So, of course, in the current Rust store that we have, we've got a Black Diamond LR300, currently selling for $4. It's only done just under 7,000 bare minimum sales, just under 7,000 subscribers, but I do believe the AK has bounced back up a fair bit. It was lower. It was down to around just a low $3 at one point. Now it's a low $4, so it has risen up. There were a few purchases here and there that kind of boosted it up a little bit. But it's a weapon-only collection. The LR300, I just know, will go down in price pretty hard, especially considering right now you could just go buy a Blackout LR300 for half the price. So I don't expect that to work out very well. This has improved with the likes of this appearing. If this were to appear, could the AK go up even higher? Maybe. But if the collection remains being not very in demand as a whole, is that going to be doing good by itself? Probably not. I don't have a lot of faith in this. It's expensive, and I don't think people care enough about it, at the very least. It is awkward. I'm sorry to say that, but I'd rather give you an honest answer than a pretend fake one. So, cool look at design. At the end of the day, if you like what you see, please consider showing your support. Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Hulk and Bad Trip, but we'll just have to wait and see potentially, what happens next. I would like to see a crossbow, because I think that would look really awesome. We haven't had a crossbow skin accepted so far this year, have we? What else hasn't been made yet? I was about to say Python. You got the LR300, which, okay, that was very good of you. What else? I mean, maybe a bow skin. Oh, he doesn't want to do bow skins. He doesn't like that. I wouldn't say no to the likes of potentially Thompson. I think that would look really good. Thompson's would look very good with that style. Yeah, so feel free to offer your own comments. Give him some ideas. Right, moving on. What do we have right here? Strafe MP5. Get a good look at this, produced by Mr. Kavahu. Get a good look at the design. Are you a fan of this? Do you like what you see? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Do we have a name down the site image? Yes, we do. And how does it look? Pretty okay to me. Yep, a slightly tinted red aim sight right there. Perfection. So, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kavahu. Let's move on to the next skin. And that just so happens to be Explosion of Colours. It's quite literally its name. This is produced by Mr. K. Vladimir, and hello. Get a good look at that. Very nice and colourful, as you can see right there. Let's get a good look at it in-game. Looking pretty good right there. Kind of stylish in its own way. Do you like the colours? Which one's your favourite? All of them? Perfect. Right, we have the skin for you. So, if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Very nice, slightly light blue aim sight right there. Should be good for every single environment then. So best of luck to you two. Let's see how this potentially works out. Please consider voting yes or no. Alright, what do we have here? It's the Junkernaut MP5. Really? Okay, Mr. Fuff. I like the aesthetic. I like the design. Very DIY. Very all patched up with various different parts and potentially other guns and maybe a car motor here and there and whatnot. So yeah, get a good look at this. Aim down the sight. Oh, what do we see? A useful orange aim sight. Oh, I wouldn't have put that right next to the red barrel because that was a little bit awkward to look at initially, but yeah, it is an orange aim sight right there. So yeah, looking pretty sweet. Interesting design. Do you like the aesthetic? Would you like to see this potentially turn into a collection and whatnot? Well, at the very least, you could go here and consider voting yes or no. Show your support. Best of luck to you, Mr. Fuff. Let's see what potentially happens next. Alright, oh, and it's the darker version, so pretty much the exact same thing that you just saw, but it's slightly tinted to be darker, so cool. Best of luck to you, Mr. Fuff. Alright then, what do we have here? MP5 Summer Vibe, produced by Kolotinsky and Holodno. Very weirdly, we've got a lot of MP5s with a lot of colour to them. Very strange. Well, at the end of the day, you got options. If you like all the colours, well, there you go. You get options. So, what do we have right here? A GIF? What's going on here? What's going on? Okay, right, at the end of the day, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. Let's move on. Right, so what do we have right here? Flame Thompson version 2 with smoke. It comes with smoke. Okay, I guess that's the smoke. It's not like the actual weapon's going to be smoking as you shoot it and whatnot, right? That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. So yeah, you got a useful red aim sight right there. Cool looking Thompson. Nothing too crazy in terms of its design. Very nice and straightforward. It's got fire and smoke. And a useful red aim sight right there. Is there anything else you really need in your life? You know, you've got everything right there. So at the end of the day, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Sadist. And is the smoke toxic? Just asking, you know. Next up, what do we have right here? It's the double barrel shotgun. It's Mr. Bestaz's Hell's Broomstick double barrel shotgun. Very nice and bright and red. Very much in your face. Wha-bam. Seems to be fairly aged. Must have been seeing a lot of usage. I can see the paint's kind of, slowly fading away and whatnot. No need to look at the likes of the aim sight. You can't change the colour of a double. You can't change the colour of a double barrel shotgun skin. So of its aim sight. Brain work better. So looking pretty cool, looking pretty nice. If you're a fan of that, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Bestaz. Let's see if you can get your first ever skin to be accepted. Right, what do we have right here? Cheese! Cheese? Shooting cheese at people? Sitting outside their base to shoot cheese in their face? How could you say no? How could you say no? Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. I must spread the love of cheese to everybody. I have the cheese boomstick. It's the cheese double barrel shotgun, produced by Mr. Fresh. Get a good look at that. So, how could you say no? The guy, he opens up his door. You stand there holding this. Say cheese. Oh, it's perfection. Oh, it's perfection. Right, Mr. Fresh. Best of luck to you, sir. Let's see if we can do that joke constantly to all those poor innocents that open their doors from their bases and, well, you have fun shooting their faces if we were to see that potentially being accepted. So, best of luck to you. Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck, Mr. Fresh. Let's move on to the next one. I love all the rhymes we did there. Anyway, Carved Marble, which also comes with Smooth Marble. Yes, Mr. Silitra with their marble sets. Get a good look at this. Aimed on the sight, what do we see? Standard grey aim sights. And then we got here with the smoother marble, shinier, sleeker, potentially maybe a lot more appealing. What's your favourite? Feel free to comment below. For we have two different versions of marble. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Silitra. Let's see if that works out alright for you. Next up, what do we have? Retro Vibes are. Get a good look at that. Does that glow in the dark? Doesn't mention it. I don't know why I thought that. The lighting was a little bit awkward to my eyes. So, yeah, so a bit aimed on the sight. What do we see? Useful yellow aim sight. Should be good for pretty much every single environment. Yes, yes, yes. Looking pretty cool. Looking pretty interesting. If you're a fan of this, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. And best of luck to you, Mr. Legacy. Alright, perfection. What do we have right here? Brutalist, sir. Not affiliated with the likes of the Brutalist Deployable collection. This is Diaz's own set. He has been slowly producing a batch of Brutalist weapon skins. You can see all the concrete design. Yeah, it's not supposed to look pretty. That's what Brutalist is. Brutal. So, aim down the sight. What do we have right here? Very nice standard aim sight right there. Nothing wrong with that. Accidentally highlighted it. Now it's all blue. Oh no, sorry about that. But at the end of the day, do you like what you see? Do you like to see some very DIY style skins potentially being accepted? Well, please consider showing your support. Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Diaz. Alright, we've got the Bullseye LR300, produced by Mr. GXT Face. He's still pushing to try and see if he can get another green Bullseye skin being accepted, so let's go hop over to here and remind you all of the Bullseye collection. I do believe we have 3 skins in total currently being accepted, with the likes of the Bullseye Python, Bullseye SAR and Bullseye AK-47, but unfortunately, not all of them are holding up very well. It's a weapon-only collection, and this is why I always bring up to you, when it's down to weapon-only, doesn't always usually work out very well, unfortunately. So, with what we see here, yeah, I don't think the likes of an LR300 is going to magically cause all of that to spike in demand, spike in price. We shall see, but not really. I don't expect that to happen. But at the end of the day, do you like what you see? Are you a fan of this? Would you like to have a nice, cool-looking green aesthetic on your LR300? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. GXT Face. Let's see if this potentially gets accepted. And then you can move on to a different colour. Blue or yellow or maybe even purple. Right, what do we have here? Chroma Wire AK-47. The first AK that we have here. This is produced by Mr. Voodoo. Get a good look at this, and this is a very unique style. Wow. Whoa. What is that? I don't think this glows in the dark, but I don't know what this is. I'm guessing this is some sort of toy that kids might have played with when they were younger. It's like plastic? Is it like 3D printed or something? I don't know. What am I looking at here? Does anybody have an answer? Is it string? Is it string? It's nice and colourful, I will give it that. It's pretty cool. Aim down the sight. What do you have going on right here? It's a standard black aim sight. Nice colours, but I don't know. It's strange to me. It's weird. It's kind of like Venom flesh. I mean, hey, do you like it? Are you a fan of that? Well, at the very least, please consider voting yes or no. Show your support. Best of luck to you, Mr. Voodoo. But yeah, no, this is definitely one of the most unique designs I've seen for an AK in a very long time. Let's see if that potentially works out in your favour. Yes, so, yeah, cool. Moving on to the next one. What do we have right here? Bloodline Sunrise, AK-47, produced by the likes of Mr. Emperor. Got a very nice, stylish-looking design. A little bit of a red blood spot right there. Oh, no, someone's died. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Who's the culprit? We'll never know. But maybe we might possess the weapon that produced such an outcome. Cool-looking black aim sight with a full red design. Are you a fan of this? Do you like the style? That does look pretty cool. Well, at the end of the day, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Emperor. Let's see what potentially becomes of this. And what do we have right here? The Arcane AK-47, a non-stock, non-glowing version produced by Lice, also known as Lice Saint. Get a good look at that. Very nice and stand out. Wow. But apparently it's not glow in the dark, so not sure why it's so in your face. So get a good look at that. Useful turquoise blue aim sight with the turquoise blue style. Looking pretty interesting. Are you a fan of this? Do you like what you see? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Lies. And do we have a second version? Yes, we do. This is the stock with no glow, so this actually has like the back to it and whatnot. Okay, cool. So, best of luck to you, sir. What do we have going on here? It's the Stone Age AR. They didn't have guns in the Stone Age, I'm pretty sure. Maybe, possibly. But yeah, it's an AK made out of stone. How does that work? I don't know. Best of luck to you, Mr. Slivky, at the end of the day. If you can sell it, I hope you can be able to manufacture a whole bunch of these very easily. So, cool looking design, pretty goofy, but hey, goofy does tend to work out quite alright in the end. So, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Slivky. Let's move on to the next skin. What do we have going on right here? Defying AK-47, produced by Mr. Verona. Get a good look at this. Very cool looking design. Yes, yes, yes. Alright. It's screaming at me. Therefore it works. Yes. So, cool looking skull. Cool looking design, and if you're a fan of that, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Verona. If I could just get a nice aim down the sight image, I think we might have already done that. Have I gone mad? I guess this will do. It looks like it's just a standard aim sight. Okay, cool. So, best of luck to you, sir. Right, what do we have going on here? Flamethrower AK-47. It shoots flames? Really? Okay, I'll roll with that. Kelmer Legend and Mururik. So, flamethrower style AK-47. We just had a brand new military... what was it? Military... flamethrower, what was its full name? I don't fully remember, but aim down the sight. What do you see? A standard cool looking red aim sight. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty helpful. So yeah, are you a fan of this? Do you like the design? Do you like it with the second version, the version 2, with the little flammable sign right there? Oh dear, you best watch out, because I'm spitting fire. So, best of luck to you two. Let's see if this potentially works out alright. Pretty cool looking design. If you like it, please consider voting yes or no. And best of luck. What do we have going on here? Collateral Damage, produced by Chris and Mandel. Let's get a good look at this. Pretty cool looking design right there. Yep. Nice and colourful, fairly rubbed out. Battle scarred, I guess you could say. Looking pretty sweet. 2 versions, stock and stockless. Which one's your favourite? Which one stands out better for the likes of you? Well, please consider showing your support. Please consider voting yes or no. Useful black aim sight right there. And then you got the stockless version here. Yep, yep, yep. Looking pretty cool, looking pretty cool. So, best of luck to you two. Let's see if this potentially works out alright in the near future. Right, what do we have here? Reinforced AK-47, produced by Mr. Delaroy. Yep. So, pretty straightforward looking design. Nice little pattern here. I like the wood design. Nice and polished. Nailed down. Looking pretty sweet. Yes, yes, yes. Aim down the sight. What do we see? Pretty useful standard looking aim sight. Oh no, we got blue. We got blue. Ooh, that should be useful for most environments. Yes, it should. Just don't shoot at water, and you're good. So yeah, that's looking pretty sweet. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Delroy. What do we have going on over here? Sulphur King AK-47. Well, aim down the sight. What do I see? I see a skull. I see a rip. Full black aim sight there, I think. Bit hard to see of that image, but yeah, Sulphur King. He's got all the money. He's got all the power, and now he's got a gun. No, don't shoot this innocent sulphur. So, if you're a fan of that, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Yopker and Lancy. What do you have going on here? Eclipse AK-47, based on the eclipse that happened very recently. If I look at it for too long, do I go blind? That's nice and golden. Reminds me of the gold AK and the likes of Counter-Strike. I don't think there's a resemblance. Of course, look, at the end of the day, if one game has a golden AK, it doesn't mean all the other ones are copying it. I'm not being mean there, Mr. PYH. I've definitely made this joke before with another golden AK. Loads of people have tried in the past. Some have worked out quite alright. Earlier this year, we did have the Mystic Dragon AK for Lunar New Year. Yeah, Lunar New Year, you're the dragon. But this has its own little star to it, nice red wrapping, cool little straightforward aesthetic. The golden sheen looks quite nice, and if we could get a nice aim down the sight image, I'd love you even more. Where's my aim down the sight image, Mr. PYH? Maybe I don't like it anymore. Maybe I don't like it anymore. That's not good enough. I need a natural aim down the sight. Okay, it looks like it's a red aim sight. I can't tell because it doesn't aim down the sight. Alright. Where is it? Come on, not you. Don't turn into one of those people. Those that let me down. Unbelievable, Mr. PYH. I don't like your cat image anymore. There, I said it. Moving on. We have the final weapon skin of the week. This is the Death Judge L96. Get a good look at this. Get a good look at this. Right. Nice and sinister. Shooting from afar. Nobody knows who I am. But that's good. I'm the one with the sniper, yes. But you don't need to care about the likes of the aim sight because you can't change the colour on that. So, at the end of the day, cool looking design. If you're a fan of that, please consider showing your support. Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Miniwick Man. And that just so happened to be the final weapon/tool skin of the week for this current week. Blah, 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 blah. So, out of all those weapons and tools, which one was your favourite? Which one do you reckon potentially has a very good chance of being accepted in the near future? Feel free to comment below. I'm going to take a real quick break, and then we're going to be talking about all of these clothing and armour pieces. And let me tell you, it's pretty much just hoodie and pants. It is pretty much just hoodie and pants. Why do people still not do aim down the sight image? Why? It's literally a rule. If you're going to sit there and question, why don't I get any acceptances? Because you don't follow the rules. Unbelievable. Right. So, shall we proceed and start talking about the likes of these clothing and armour pieces? Or should I just say hoodie and pants pieces? Because that's literally all you're going to see, basically. But first up, we do have this Dreads head wrap. Get a good look at this. So this is produced by the likes of Mr. Oasis and Schumer. Very nice, cool looking design. It's a burlap head wrap with a lot of transparency. And I should point this out, by default, with burlap head wraps, when they have a lot, and I repeat, when they have a lot of transparency where you can basically see the head and whatnot, you might not realise this, but if your character has hair, and they wear a burlap head wrap skin that has transparency all over the head, it will make you bald. However, these two, obviously knowing about this, thought, you know what, we could turn it into a hairstyle. We'll just give you dreads. Now, that's a cool creative idea, I will give it that. But you know what? It does kind of get me thinking. Would it be nice if we actually had hair skins? Now, it might not actually like affect any stats and whatnot, but you could get, you could choose your own hairstyle and whatnot. Do you reckon that would look pretty cool? Would you approve of such a thing? Would everybody have Johnny Bravo hair? Probably. Probably. So at the end of the day, if you like the design, you can show your support. Please consider voting yes or no. And yeah, looking pretty sweet. So best of luck to you two. And now begins the long talk about many pairs of hoodie and pants. There are continuations, we will be bringing that up, but first of all, let's talk about the hoodie and pants that aren't continuations. First up, we've got the Cyber Psycho hoodie and pants. This is produced by Mr. Shadowborn. Now, if you look at it properly, you can see it's a mechanical man. Last week we had a wooden puppet, now it's a mechanical man. Good sir. Do you just not like human flesh? What's going on? But yeah, it's an interesting looking metallic set. Do you want to become a cyborg? A robot? Well, this man might have the skins for you. This right here is the Cyber Psycho hoodie and pants. And if you're a fan of it, by all means, please consider showing your support. Best of luck to you, Mr. Shedman. Let's see if this works all right, potentially in the, on the horizon. Right, so next up, what do we have going on here? It's Mr. 38. Not producing a base skin this week. Instead, he's made a skin for the holiday of Holi. I think it's an Indian thing, if I'm correct. Festival colours, love and spring. Yep. So get a good look at this. Looking pretty sweet, nice and colourful. Yes. So, if you're a fan of nice and colourful, and if you think that works out very nicely with the likes of some hoodie and pants, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. 38. And now we move on to the likes of all these collection continuations. Let's begin. So, we have 4 hoodie and pants here that are collection continuations, and you know what? I probably will separate them in the chapters because I don't think we have that many individual collection continuations this week. So, first up, what do we have going on here? It's the UFO collection. It's returned. Do you remember the UFO Tier 3 armour that was submitted by Mr. Mishka and Svonsper how long ago? Must have been at least over a year. Let's go remind ourselves. UFO, here we go. UFO Tier 3, early 2023. It was full green, and a lot of people thought, yeah, surely that's going to be nice green camouflage. Turns out, no. It's got a weird shade of green that stands out too much, so that did not work out very well. But however, we potentially, on the horizon, might just see maybe a continuation with the likes of these hoodie and pants right here. What do you reckon? Well, by default, I will sit here and say, core piece. We only have the other core piece, the tier 3, that's existing. So if we were to see this being accepted, yes, this will spike in demand, and it will spike in price. And if I look at both of them, they do have below 100 quantity each. So, hey, we'll see. We'll see if that potentially works out all right in the end. But it is just before potentially May complete the sets if it's going to happen. So, you know, good timing for a Rust store in the near future. Good timing for a complete the sets potentially in the near future. We shall see. At the end of the day, if you like what you see, please consider showing your support. Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. Next up, what do we have going on here? Well, this is a continuation for a set that we currently have in the Rust store. So, over to here. Here we have NORSEMAN. We have the tier 3 right here. Selling reasonably alright. 10,000 sales bare minimum so far. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. And, well, looking at this Hoodie Pants, that is a very lovely piece of work. Honestly, Chameleon, Yanla, I didn't think you'd have this out so quickly. But you know what? I will give credit to that. That actually does look very nice for Norse clothing. You did a spectacular job with that. Now, do we have the full set being worn? I see it with the face mask. What about with the chest plate? Can I get one with the chest? You should have done a full set. I might be a little bit blind here, not noticing if you have got it, but I don't see it with the chest plate. Cool design, cool aesthetic, looks perfectly fine for what it is. But looking at these two skins, yes, by default. If you were to see that hoodie and pants being accepted, again, same thing. Pre-existing core pieces, they will spike in demand, spike in price. Doesn't matter. Even if it's a not very in demand collection, it still happens. You can't stop this behaviour. It just keeps repeating. So at the end of the day, if you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two. Let's see how this potentially turns out. Next up, we have Snakebite. Now, just to confirm with all of you, Snakebite has currently a sleeping bag and it has a bow skin. Right? There is not going to be a crazy amount of, demand going crazy for the likes of the sleeping bag and the bowskin. This is, in fact, the first core piece potentially to be accepted. So you've got a nice, cool-looking green hoodie and pants right here, which is, perfectly fine. We do need more potential green clothing and armor options. We did discuss that not too long ago with the likes of Flashbacks collection. So, hey, we shall see what's potentially going to go on with the likes of this. But Snakebite, as I said, those skins, the pre-existing skins, I just don't imagine they're going to be going crazy. They might. I mean, hoodie and pants would definitely bring some more attention to it, but it's not like a strong connection from here to here. So at the end of the day, I personally would probably just leave these alone. But in terms of the hoodie and pants itself, if you're a fan of this, by all means, consider showing your support. Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Sunart. Let's see if this potentially works out alright in the near future. I look forward to your other core pieces. But listen to what I say. Don't rush them out too quickly, alright? Leave this in the in contention for a while. 2 or 3 weeks later, then consider putting out tier 3 or tier 2. But we might have complete the sets on the horizon. We shall see. But just don't rush it all out. Otherwise it competes with itself and that causes problems for you. So, yeah. And what do we have right here? Gentlemen, we had, not too long ago, a certain interesting tier 3 being accepted, didn't we? And now, it just so happens we have interesting hoodie and pants right here as well. It is a continuation of the Chameleon collection. Look at that. Spectacular, shiny, and very, very nicely detailed. Mr. Milho Frito, I knew this was coming out at this date, but you've done a lovely piece of work right here. So. Perfect timing for the likes of a potential new upcoming Rust store, or potentially, just maybe, a complete the sets just around the corner. Do you reckon this might successfully be accepted? I will sit here and say he's been very, very good at getting his Chameleon collection being accepted. Except that L96, that didn't happen recently, did it? Well, we'll see. Anyway, Chameleon collection. Right now, mostly consists of weapons. We did get that tier 3 armor, and that tier 3 armor has done a very, very good job of retaining its value. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were very, very expecting of a new core piece potentially on the horizon, probably because I told them. But yeah, get a good look at that. So that's looking nice, that's looking pretty cool, and I wouldn't be surprised if some more people probably jumped into there and bought some. No, not that many anticipation purchases, it seems. But yeah, this has done a very good job in retaining the price that it's sold for in the Rust store. So again, if we were to see that hoodie and pants, the new core piece, what will happen? Of course it's going to spike in demand, spike in price. There's next to no quantity here. It could easily get bought out. It could easily rise up to $3. There's nothing stopping it. Come on now. You know exactly what's going to happen. What about the weapons and... Well, we only have weapons. I was about to say tools, but we don't have tools. Consider doing that, Mr. Milho Frito. Well, I can't help but assume that they actually might rise up as well. More purchases to blend in with the likes of, to go with the Chameleon collection, the clothing and armour. I could see it happening. Now, the SAR, you're not too far off from going back up, above your Rustore price, and I think this is a good representative for those weapons. If I look over to here, this sold for $2.49. Look at the state of that. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Oh, look, the hoodie and pants got accepted. Bye. Now, will people go crazy for the likes of all the Chameleon weapon skins? I don't know, we shall see. But I will sit here and say this, potentially on the horizon, maybe for the next Rustore or an upcoming Rustore, we very likely could potentially see a Rustore with both, Redemption Tier 2 and Chameleon hoodie and pants. That would be pretty sweet. Nice and shiny. So at the end of the day, do you like what you see? Please consider showing your support. Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. But overall, in terms of the Chameleon collection, yeah, I do think that Tier 3 is going to get bought out. I do think it's going to spike in demand. And I do think it's going to rise up in price ever so nice. So consider looking at it and make a decision. Maybe not, don't go too crazy. But I will sit here and say this. For the likes of Mr. Milho Frito, what was his most recent acceptance? Was it April 4? Yeah, there you are. He's been very, very successful in completing clothing and armor collections. I believe only Frog Cosplay is the one that didn't really complete itself. Hey, complete the sets. I'm just going to point that out, maybe. But yeah, out of many other collections, he's been very successful in getting a lot of them accepted and finished and whatnot. So we shall see. We shall see. At the end of the day, we'll just have to wait and see. So, best of luck to you too. And we do have one final skin set to look at for the likes of clothing and armour. It's not a pair of hoodie and pants, no. It's Risato's Titanium Tier 2. Oxidized titanium, I should say. Nice, shiny, and quite purpley. Oh, look at that. Now, I do believe it's just simply been in the heat for a very, very long time. So, don't touch it too much. You might burn yourself. Ooh, ouch, 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 ouch. But hey, it's looking nice and shiny. Do you reckon it stands a good chance of potential? Ooh, that was weird. Sorry about that. I was overcome by the shininess, and it made me hiccup. Yes. So, pretty cool. Pretty nice, and if you like it, by all means, please consider showing your support. Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Risato. And that, my friends, was the final clothing and armour piece for this week. Yeah, out of all the clothing and armour this week, there wasn't really that much, and it mostly consisted of hoodie and pants. So overall, with this episode, didn't see too many continuations, did we? We got some interesting continuations, but we'll find out. Will they work out? Will we see brand new collections being started? We'll just have to wait and see for the upcoming Rustores. But I'm under the impression now. All right, I'm under the impression now. This week and May Forceweights Rustore are going to be normal Rustores to a point, but I think based on what we've seen in the past with last year, I've said it so many times already today, we are very likely maybe going to see complete the sets happening at some point around May time. Haven't got confirmation yet, but if we are still hearing nothing and it's May time, May Force Wipe time, pretty sure that's probably a good enough answer to say no, we're not having complete the sets. And you're probably sitting there and thinking, well, I mean, I know you've mentioned a lot of collections and whatnot with today. Do you have a good idea of what potentially could be a candidate? Yes, I do. I have a collection. So I will sit here and say this. I am well aware that there is an actual collection that, Face Punch has for themselves for collection continuations that they could pick from. That's not public. But if you want something that gives you a good idea of knowing what skins could potentially be picked, look no further. Did I say look no further? I'm an idiot. Don't continue. Complete the sets candidates. Now, this was actually a collection I produced last year around August time in anticipation for the next Complete the Sets, which happened later last year. And, well, there's two last year, to just clarify. That's why I'm under the assumption we're going to have another Complete the Sets in about 2 or so weeks' time. So, anyway, point I'm trying to get across is, you'll see many interesting skins right here, but they should be seen as representatives for their collection. And funnily enough, you actually notice some of these have actually been accepted, but just look at them as if they are collection representatives. Look at them and say, I'm not specifically sitting here and saying No Mercy Armour Double Door's the skin that's going to likely be accepted, rather a skin from No Mercy collection. Look, I've even got Shadowborn right there. Scroll down a little bit more, you might notice that we got the likes of Redemption, Dragon Rage, we got Chameleon, yeah, good boy, Pixel, even Forest Raiders, Hey, I did bring up the likes of the Blackout burlap clothing a little bit earlier. So, yeah, there's a lot of collection continuations that did not get acceptances, and I have updated this somewhat recently to add and include some notable collection continuations that didn't unfortunately get accepted somewhat recently. Because last year, that did happen. Quite a batch of recent submissions, or rather, let's just kind of showcase this to you. I will just point out, at that specific time last year, Arctic Skull, Banana, and Frog Cosplay were still relatively new collections at that point. So you get a good idea that, yes, we very likely might see some recent collection continuations that were submitted but not being accepted, being skins that are accepted for this potential upcoming Complete the Sets roster. I feel like I got my point across there, to a reasonable point. So that collection, that candidates list, I've lost it. Oh no. There we are. This candidates list, I will put it in the description of this video as well. I very likely might be making a proper video focused on this if we do get confirmation we're getting Complete the Sets for May. We shall see. But you can get a step in and look around starting now and get a good idea of what to look forward to. You might very likely see some skins being accepted as far back as from about 4 years ago. And I'm not joking. Alright, cool. So, there's also another thing I need to bring up. Don't forget to keep an eye out for the likes of, where am I? Over to here, sorry. Keep an eye out for the newest top picks list. Yep, top skins of the week, produced by Mr. That German Guy. Look at his collection, watch his video, get a good look at the skins. Yes, we did discuss some of these skins last week. There will be some newer skins to look forward to and whatnot. But, yeah. Get a good look at this batch of skins. These are the skins you should expect to be the picks potentially for the next roster. However, recently we have been seeing quite a lot of early picks. That's why I do the likes of this collection and scream at you saying, don't be surprised if you see some early picks. Like, do you reckon we might see Chameleon Hoodie Pants being accepted for the next roster? Do you reckon we might see Gold Chains Rug? Do you reckon we might see the likes of, I don't know, maybe Koi Sheepman Door? Like, some of these skins will be early picks. It's inevitable, because recently that's what Face Punch likes to do. And if you look at Mr. TGG's list, you'll notice that, yes, we've had some acceptances that were early picks that appeared in the current roster that we currently see right here, right now. Oh, look, too many Octopus Sheepman Door. So, yeah, get a good look at all of that. Keep an eye out for some newer people that might have stepped up and started putting out very nice, interesting designs. All at Black Diamond LR300. And, yeah, there you go. That's looking pretty cool, isn't it? So, that's everything. Thank you very much for watching me today. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget, keep an eye on Mr. Micro's website as well. Whilst we now have seen all the newer skins being submitted, you can stay up to date and see, if I just quickly refresh this and scroll down. Come on. Start working. Here we are. Look at the skins based on score, see which ones are performing the best. Now, I should point out, the skins that have been submitted a lot earlier compared to others do have like a bit of an advantage because they've had more people look at them. But, you could look at the likes of upvote to downvote ratio to kind of get a good idea. There you go. Beer Machine Jackhammer's right. Shadowborn Armored Door. Brutalist double armored door. There you go. That's probably a better representative of what you're looking for. But over the course of the next few days, you should start seeing a lot more upvotes, downvotes. You get the idea. I will link this in the description of this video as well. So if you want to go see Mr. Micro's website, see which skins have the most upvotes for week 16. That's the current week we're in. Or most downvotes. Yeah. It's usually the same thing as the upvotes because they get most of the attention. Score is usually the best indicator for what's potentially going to be getting a lot of the attention. And some of you might be asking, how come we have 2 skins for week 17? They were late for the deadline. Naughty, naughty, naughty. So it's not like they're super early potential picks for the next batch of, Rust Workshop skin checks and whatnot. Those 2 were late. Very naughty. So, cool. That's everything. That's done. I'm good. Still an hour and 27 minutes long. I tried to be faster. I'm so sorry. But, hey, what are you going to do? So, keep an eye out for everything, and let's see what happens around May time. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Have a lovely week. Let's look forward to the next Rust Store, and let's just look forward to the rest of this month. Catch you later. See you and goodbye.